Hey, what's up, Street Dogs? Eric from the Eric Street Photography Blog. So, I want to share with you just like a rando idea that you're constantly in a state of becoming. So the basic notion is this. There is no such thing as perfection, and there will never be perfection, but realize that you're always kind of becoming, meaning you're becoming more, you're becoming less, you're becoming smarter, you're becoming stupider, and all of life is just kind of a flux where you're augmenting, you're decreasing, and so forth. And the only thing that is certain in your life is that you're gonna die. Spoiler alert, right? And I think while we're alive, why not use our entire lives to maximize our lives, to have the most fun, to exploit it to the maximum? Is that I think life is so much more fun and interesting when we don't take it too seriously and think about life more like play and kind of more of just like, fun rather than this kind of like super serious, like, I must not be a sinner, I must only be virtuous, and I must be a really good person, blah, blah. And so, I'm Catholic, I'm Christian, but I also don't treat it too seriously either, too. So like, I'm definitely a liberal Catholic, I'm not like super duper observant about everything, but I kind of like Catholicism in terms of the aesthetics, in terms of, I kind of like the pomp and pageantry and everything that's involved with Catholicism. So, I choose to be Catholic, and, personally, I don't really believe in like a conscious afterlife. I think once you're dead, you're dead. And I don't believe in an immortal soul. I think your soul is essentially your body. Once you're dead, you're dead. And, if you think about just kind of like more spiritually, my remains, my DNA, my whatever will continue to live on. My body will decompose into the earth, and then, I'll get recycled into the soil, and then one day an avocado tree could be planted in front of my grave, and one day hopefully a hipster in the future could eat an avocado toast. That is part of my remains. I'm just joking. But so I kind of really like this notion of you're always in a state of becoming, because it means that you enjoy every single part of life and all part of the process. So, even life, I don't think life is just about being happy all the time. I'm very grateful and appreciative of all the pain and suffering I have in my life and the times I've been depressed or anxious, whatever. It makes life much more interesting. So for example, can you imagine watching a movie where, the hero never has anything to overcome and never has difficulty? That'd probably be a pretty boring movie, and it wouldn't be that interesting. And I think ourselves, we're much more interesting and unique and epic when there's things that we had to overcome, when there's things that, we had challenges. And even like something kind of random recently, I got a gun pulled on me, and whatever. But now it's actually kind of funny, because now that I kind of had a gun pulled on me, it just kind of makes like a fun party story, or just like being able to share that with other people. And it's actually made me think a lot about life in a different way, because let's say boom, I got shot, I could have died or whatever. It makes me realize, man, all this bullshit that I worry about and stress about too much, it is so petty, it is so unimportant. Like, all the family drama, financial dramas, personal dramas, whatever, or my insecurities or my sadnesses or whatever. Once you have your life put before your very eyes, it makes you hyper focused in terms of, I'm not gonna deal with no more bullshit no more. I'm only gonna do what I care about, only things I love, and anything that I hate or I don't care for, I'm just gonna totally let it fall to the wayside, right? And so even just like me nowadays, what is kind of the legacy that I want to leave behind, or what do I want to devote my life to, is I want to just kind of keep streaming my own ideas, my own thoughts, my own notions, and to hopefully empower other people, because obviously I'm gonna die. My life is going to be short. At best I could live to be 120 years old. At worst I might die today. And so I almost feel that all of us, we could kind of treat our lives the same, is that, treat your life to empower yourself to the maximum, but also treat your life as an opportunity to empower other people to the maximum, and kind of treat it like a child, a sense of play that, there's a Jay-Z line I like, is treat your first like your last and your last like your first. So have a blank mind, tabula rasa. Don't let preconceived notions and things in the past hold you back. Treat everything that you create like it's the first time. And I think it's okay to repeat yourself. This is actually what's very interesting to me, is that like I have at least 5 blog posts which are titled like, how to photograph, or how to live, or why I do blah blah blah. And I actually have recycled the literally same topic over and over again. But what I like is every time I do it, it becomes a little bit more refined, it becomes a little bit more interesting, and it becomes a little bit more substantive. And that's because, once again, I'm always in a state of becoming, I'm always learning, I'm always coming, I'm always going. And once we accept that we're always in a state of becoming, then our lives become much more interesting, is that we don't really judge ourselves too much, and we're not like so like hyper focused about metrics and all this other nerdy stuff. Is that we kind of take a more like Taoist, Buddhist, Heraclitus notion of life, is that life is all upside, no downside. We learn to love life more, we learn to be more appreciative of things. Life becomes much more interesting, and we try to maximize every day, and we look forward to tomorrow because there's still so many things we have yet done, experienced, created, and so forth. So let this be our motto, is you're always in a state of becoming, and treat your own lives like an experiment to see how far you could take it. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Peace out.